excitement was building, and we're pleased that a lot of the steps that needed to be taken have been taken in terms of having the potential for free and fair elections. Our hope, obviously, is that the election results will be accepted, and that if there are challenges, that those challenges happen through the regular legal channels. There is, like I said, that things are in place for free and fair elections to be had. That's a good first step. Yes?
Okay, my name is Ndondolozi. I am a correspondent with the Voice of America. There have been concerns from some sectors within the Zimbabwean political space where they feel that Britain favors stability over democracy. And we have seen recently the SA shifting this funding from some of the local NGOs. And some people have a feeling that the Americans would probably be afraid that the British will actually take a step ahead in terms of their position in Zimbabwe, be ahead in terms of their explanation of their diplomatic hold in this country.
Do you think that democratic systems and respect human rights, there tends to be more stability there? I think Britain, I don't want to speak for them, although I met a few months ago with Boris Johnson, he was foreign minister, talked to him about Zimbabwe. We've had discussions with other diplomats from Britain. I think that they share the same goals. Obviously, they're excited as we are that elections are coming up and we can move forward. As for the U.S., we certainly favor democracy and human rights, and we believe that that lends itself to stability.
Probably the follow-up. The opposition political parties have raised concerns to say that there will not be major changes in terms of the electoral playing field, and they are citing that this election will likely to be a disputed outcome. From the way you have seen it, do you think that Zimbabwe there is a possibility of a credible vote as you go to the poll now?
Well, we'll let the election play out. I know that the opposition has raised a number of issues. They've raised a number of them with us. We raised those with the government and the ZEC. I know that some of the issues that have been raised, there have been changes made, but I don't want to prejudge what's going to come out of the elections. Like I said, our hope is that free and fair elections can be had, and that those results are accepted. And if there are challenges that the opposition has, or the government after the results, that those carry through the normal legal channels. Any other questions? One more.
And then, what's your take on the two main presidential candidates who are running for presidency? I was just reading an article in Newsday which described ED as being sort of like a how was it described? I'm sure you read it. It was on page 2.
Okay.
Spirited campaigns. The rallies, I'm told, have been large and enthusiastic for both. So I hope to meet with them again before the election time, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to put a foot on the scale anywhere.
Do you think it is better than Ghana?
Well, that I haven't. That's a pretty low bar. So no comment. We're happy to see the change. Yes.
I'm Sharon from Sunday Mill. Do you think the passing, could you say the passing of the ZIDERA could it be a first step towards the lifting of sanctions in Zimbabwe?
Well, what we're saying is with ZIDERA, we wanted to update ZIDERA to take into account what has already been accomplished, and to reiterate that at the highest levels of the United States government, that we are very interested in the steps that need to be taken here. So it could be, like I said on my last visit, and I'll reiterate again, we want nothing more as the United States Congress on a bipartisan basis, and I know the administration feels the same, to be able to say that all impediments have been removed toward full partnership, in the economy and political partnerships as well. So we can have a relationship that's based on mutual trust and human rights and democracy moving ahead. I think the steps that have been taken so far, and hopefully those that will take place next week, and then beyond in terms of some of the economic and political, human rights reforms, that's what ZIDERA is all about, to make sure that we can say these steps have been taken. Now we can remove all sanctions and help with regard to international finance institutions and what needs to happen there. That's our goal. That's what we want to do, and that's the purpose of ZIDERA. But I have to reiterate, first steps, some of the first steps have already been taken in terms of preparation for the election, but having elections that run free and fair next week, and then having those election results accepted by all major parties, and then the other reforms as well. So, but the elections are an important step.
If the elections are disputed, are you going to amend, or are you going to come up with another bill to deal with the situation obtained?
I don't want to address hypotheticals like that. We're hoping that the elections will go off well, and we'll see next week. So, Honore.
My name is Monica. I'm a freelance. In the event that the elections say violence-free on Monday, and the other observers declare them as free and fair, will you be willing to immediately lift the sanctions?
No, we have no sanctions against the people of Zimbabwe or against the government per se. Sanctions are imposed on individuals and a few entities. And so those individuals and entities can apply to OFAC to have those sanctions lifted, and I believe OFAC will be anxious to move forward with that process. But this isn't the case where elections are held and all sanctions are lifted. The sanctions, like I said, are against individuals and a few entities, not government. Thank you so much.